like to take a couple of minutes and talk to you about the non-rotating trigger and hammer pins from KNS Precision. Before I get into that though, I'd like to answer a question that I'm sure you're going to ask yourself or is going to be asked. Why would I need them? And that's a valid question. Now we all are familiar with the design and the operation of the AR. We know that the trigger and hammer assemblies are held in place by two pins. And these pins merely slide through the receiver. Now, the only thing holding those pins in place is the spring tension on the assemblies. But that spring tension can also be the pin's Achilles heel. Now, with that spring tension on the pins, as they operate, the trigger and the hammer, they cause the pins to rotate. Now, over time, the laws of physics are going to apply. You have steel riding on aluminum. The aluminum's going to lose. It's going to wear out with the rotation. This eventually will allow those pins to become loose, and you can experience what they call pin walkout. And this usually happens, as I said, over time, extreme use. But as Murphy's Law says, if something can go wrong, it will, and most likely at the worst possible time. If the pin, either one of the pins, manages to walk out, you're going to lose that particular assembly, and it can be disastrous. Now, what the KNS Precision trigger and hammer pins do, the unit itself keeps the pins stationary and secures them in the receiver, thus eliminating pin rotation or the chance of pin walkout. So let's take a quick look at them, and then we're going to get them installed on the Armalite AR-10.
Well, let's take a look at the kit. Comes in its own little package, little sticker with it. You get two side plates, two screws. This is for the trigger pin. Each has a spot of blue Loctite on it. Your trigger pin is threaded on both ends. The hammer pin on each end has two little tangs that fit into the side plate in that slot right there, and then of course your screw will go through the hole into the trigger pin. You also have two Allen wrenches and a brass guide tip. Let's get to the assembly and installation on the Armalite AR-10. We're ready for the installation. Now we've taken our trigger pin and put our guide tip on it. And what we're going to do is put a little block of wood underneath the receiver. Take the trigger pin with the guide tip, place it on the hammer pin using the acrylic plastic face. Just going to start it like that. Then we're going to take our hammer pin, it's the one with the tangs on it. Now I am using the oversized pins. That's one of the reasons for just the light tapping. Now you're going to reach a point where the pin will stop. As you can see, the other pin popped out. Now it's important to get this lined up, and sometimes you have to jiggle the hammer a little bit to get it to go. As I said, I'm using the oversized pins, so it is a little tighter. And there we go. No worse for wear. We'll even this up. There are the hammer pins installed. Now we're going to do the same thing with the trigger pin. On that we're just going to go ahead and it'll go right through. Just situated. Clean through. Now remove the guide tip. Set that off to the side. And we're ready to install the side plates. Okay, now for the side plates. Take the notch, place it on the tang, with such, then merely rotate it to the hole. Take one of the screws with one of the Allen wrenches. Now you will not be able to tighten this screw by itself, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. Be very careful with the screws, they're very small. Once you feel just a little tension on it, just stop. And then turn it over, do the same thing. Okay. Take your other screw. Okay, now holding this in place, turn the rifle up. As you can see, they're not all the way in. The screws are not all the way in. So we're going to replace the side plate. Get our other Allen wrench back on. And then go ahead and tighten it. Okay, oops. Now you go ahead and tighten the other side. Holding that screw in place, making sure that your side plates do not pop off. Okay, now do not over torque these, and then just a little tighten each side. And there, installation is complete.
Well, there you have it. The answer to the question is why you would need them, a look at them, and the installation. Now, if you're interested in them, I'm going to place a link in the description below. They do have several models to choose from. Some models are available in different colors. They even have a model in Zombie Hunter Green. Be sure to read the description of each particular model. Some particular ARs are model specific. Be sure of your pin sizes. If you're not sure, contact your AR manufacturer for the exact pin size. So, it's well worth it to maintain the security and functionality of your AR. Remember, when quality and precision counts, get precise with KNS Precision. This is Ethron 1. Be safe, send it downrange. Help defend your Second Amendment rights. Join the NRA. Till next time, target on.